So you're likely curious about Jammu in Kashmir. It's a region that, well, it often pops up in discussions about India, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
We've gathered some factual overviews today to really try and understand what's going on there.
Mm.
Our goal for this deep dive is really to pull out the core story,
Hmm.
its history, its current status, and maybe find some connections you hadn't thought about.
Exactly. And these sources, they really lay out a fascinating journey. Lots of shifts in politics and over time.
Okay, let's start with the basics. Geographically, it's India's northernmost region. Simple enough.
Right.
But politically, things have changed recently. Since October 31st, 2019, after Article 370 was abrogated, it's a union territory.
And not just one, actually. It was divided into two union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh.
Right, right. That's a key detail.
Yeah.
And it has those two capitals, Srinagar in the summer, Jammu in the winter.
Yeah, and linguistically. Very diverse. Urdu is official, but you'll definitely hear Kashmiri, Dogri, Hindi, English spoken widely.
And rivers are vital too, I see. Jhelum, Chenab, Tawi.
And the huge Indus flowing through or nearby.
Yeah.
Very important water resources.
Okay. And the economy. What keeps things sort of running day to day?
Well, horticulture is a big one, apples especially, but also tourism, of course, those famous handicrafts,
Yeah.
and general agriculture.
Got it. Okay, let's step way back now. Ancient history.
It's fascinating how deep the roots go. The sources mention a really significant Vedic and Buddhist heritage early on.
Referenced in old texts like the Rajataranjini.
Exactly. And it wasn't cut off either. It was part of these huge empires like the Maurya and Kushan empires. Imagine the cultural mixing back then.
But then the medieval period brings a pretty major shift, with Islam spreading around the 14th century.
Precisely. Sultan Shamsuddin Shamir, he's noted as the first Muslim ruler there. A whole new chapter.
And after him.
Later on, you get the Mughals taking control. That was 1586. Then came the Afghans, the Sikhs, and eventually the Dogras under Maharaja Gulab Singh. Quite a succession.
Each leaving their mark, I suppose.
Definitely.
Which brings us to, well, a really crucial year, 1846. The Treaty of Amritsar. What did that treaty actually do?
The Treaty of Amritsar. It's key because that's how Gulab Singh acquired Kashmir from the British.
Okay.
He essentially bought it, establishing his Dogra dynasty, and the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir really sets the stage for everything that follows.
Right, okay. Fast forward about 100 years.
Yeah.
1947. India's independence. A huge, dramatic moment. The princely states had a choice, didn't they? Join India, Pakistan, or stay independent.
They did, and Maharaja Hari Singh, who was the ruler then, he initially chose independence, wanted to stay neutral.
But that didn't last long.
No. An invasion by Pakistani tribal forces sort of forced his hand. He needed help.
Which led him to sign the Instrument of Accession to India.
Exactly. On October 26, 1947, a massively important date.
And that decision had immediate consequences.
Big ones, absolutely. It triggered the First Indo-Pak War, 1947-48. That war ended with a UN-mediated ceasefire.
Which created the line of control, the lost seat.
Yes, the Losser, effectively dividing the region as it stood at the ceasefire.
Now, after independence, for decades, Jammu and Kashmir had this unique status within India because of Article 370.
That's right. Article 370 gave it special autonomy, its own constitution, significant control over its internal affairs. India's parliament had limited powers there compared to other states.
But that's the article that was abrogated, revoked by the Indian Parliament on August 5th, 2019.
Correct. A major constitutional change.
And that revocation led straight to the reorganization we talked about earlier.
Exactly. That's when, effective October 31st, 2019, the state of Jammu and Kashmir was reorganized into the two union territories. Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Big administrative shift.
Despite all the politics, it's often called paradise on earth. The beauty is undeniable.
Undeniably. The scenery is breathtaking, but its location. It's also incredibly strategic.
Bordering Pakistan, China.
Then Afghanistan,
Not that.
technically via that Gilgit-Baltistan area. So it sits at a very sensitive geopolitical crossroads.
Which really brings us back to the central point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Jammu and Kashmir remains absolutely key to India-Pakistan relations.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly concerning the ongoing Kashmir dispute.
Precisely. It's a place where history, that stunning geography, and complex international politics all kind of collide.
So, wrapping up the main points.
Yeah.
We have seen this journey from a princely state through decades of special autonomy to its current status as two union territories, all shaped by centuries of different rulers, cultures.
And its critical strategic position.
Yeah. So thinking about all that, this rich history, the location,
Mm-hmm.
it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Mm.
How will the ongoing evolution of Jammu and Kashmir, dealing with its past, its present changes, its geography, how will that continue to shape things? Not just in the region between India and Pakistan, but maybe even wider international relations.
That's the big question, isn't it? It's a story that's definitely still unfolding. Something for you, the listener, to keep thinking about.